This is the Track and Field Report. The big news of the athletic circuit has been the European Indoor Athletics Championships, with British heptathlete Katarina Johnson-Thompson sitting at the head of the semi-annual event. Johnson-Thompson put together one of the most dominant performances in a major combined events competition by winning 4 of the 5 events. Her winning score of 5,000 points was the second biggest in history, a world under-23 best, and a championship record. Her winning margin of 304 points was the biggest in European Indoor Championships history. But despite her heroic efforts, Thompson needed a 2:11.86 in the 800 meters to break the world record. But it was scintillatingly close, as the last lap 200 meters of 34.09 for a 2:12.78 finish time cast her adrift of the record by less than a second.
British record holder and second on the world all-time list.
Pole vault hero Renaud Lavillenie took center stage at the championships as well. Lavillenie did not enter the competition until 5.75. He then went on to first height at 5.90, which led to 2 attempts before clearing at the winning 6.04.
Come at the man, he's such a showman.
Lavillenie, secured first place, moved the bar to a world record-setting height of 6.17. The Frenchman, who cleared 6.16 last winter, came close but had to settle for a championship record of 6.04, which secured him his 4th consecutive indoor European title. He adds this gold to his 3 European outdoor wins, a World Indoor Championship gold, and an Olympic title.
Indoor title for Renaud, Lavillenie, and 3 great attempts at a world record.
But of course, the biggest cheers of the day were for Czech 400-meter wonder kid Pavel Mazlak. Mazlak had hoped to break the long-standing 1988 European 400-meter record on home soil. He overplayed his first 200 meters in a sizzling 20.9. The quick opening lap, undoubtedly in response to the sensational roar of the home crowd, ruined his chances of eclipsing the Euro record, but he was rewarded with a championship record of 45.33.
For the silver medal, and Mom and the Mole are both very happy indeed.
Another championship record came in the men's 3,000 meters, as Ali Kaya of Turkey took down Mo Farah's indoor standard on his way to a championship gold of 7:38.42, more than 6 seconds clear of Britain's Lee Emanuel.
Emanuel takes the silver ahead of Henrik Ingebrigtsen, and the bronze is Spania fast finishing, but 4th place for him ahead of Ringer.
In the women's 3,000 meters, Russia's Yelena Korbakina took the gold in a personal best of 8:47.62.
And a disconsolate Laura Muir takes
The women's 400 meters was ripe with pushing and shoving that one would expect in a tightly contested indoor long sprint final. But the Ukraine's Natalia Fida got out in front of the scuffle and was able to maintain her peak position all the way to the finish line in 51.96.
very close on the line. Good run from Martinot.
The men's long jump was the domain of Swedish jumper Michael Torius, who claimed his first major title with a Swedish national record and world leading jump of 8.30.
7.97, yes.
The shot put was owned by David Stroll, as the German thrower blasted this 21.23 in the final round, making him the only thrower to better the 21-meter mark. The men's hurdles was an all-French affair, as Pascal Martinot-Lagarde led a contingent of compatriots across the finish line, setting up the first sweep of the championships. Although beaten in the semifinals by teammate Dimitri Pascal, Lagarde crossed the tape first when the race really mattered.
Less favored perhaps here.
The women's event was dominated by Belarusian Alina Talay. Talay took gold at 7.85 ahead of a duo of Brits who took silver and a bronze. In the men's triple jump, Portugal's Nelson Avor is the European indoor champion after a dramatic final. Avor came up big time on his final jump to hit his best mark of the day, securing gold with this 17.21 meter effort. Polish fans finally had something to cheer about as Marcin Lewandowski waited until the final 150 meters before he made the big move that no one could answer, as he took the European 800-meter championship crown with ease in 1:46.67. The excitement came in the minor medals as Mark English of Ireland was able to squint out a silver medal of 1:47.2.
And no doubt that Lewandowski.
In the women's 800 meters, Selina Bukel of Switzerland was able to hold off Olympic bronze medalist Katerina Postakova from Russia and defending Euro champion Natalia Lupu to take the title in a pleasant 2:01.95.
Bukel, brave running.
In the women's 1500, it was essentially a time trial for the Dutch athlete Stefan Hassan. Hassan ran away from the pack at the gun and never looked back as she was out to break the championship record of 4:02. But his slow first 800 meters of 2:11 dashed all hope of a serious record prospect. Never challenged for the lead, Hassan was confident in victory, notching up a credible 4:09.04. 9 seconds off her world-leading time, but good enough for the victory. The men's 1500 meters proved to be the surprise crowd pleaser as the German favorite, Hamyu Tesfaye, proved to be a non-factor on the last lap. Instead, it was Turkey's Ilham Özbalan who struck out for gold with a strong surge from the bell lap. But the Czech crowd sensed opportunity as the hometown hope, Jakub Halusa, started to close the gap on the fading Turk. Özbalan struggled to hold off the fast-closing Czech, but it was not to be as the roar of the crowd carried Halusa to win in a Czech national record of 3:37.68. A crowd pleaser indeed. The women's 60 meters turned into a race no one quite expected. Dutch favorite Dafne Schippers didn't get the best start and ended up chasing British youngster Diane Asher-Smith to the finish. Schippers nipped Asher-Smith for the win, equaling this year's world-leading time of 7.05, while Asher-Smith equaled the British record of 7.08 seconds. Schippers will now focus on the heptathlon. The men's 60 was marred by a DQ of major contender CJ Uja. This left the door open for world indoor champion Richard Kilty to take center stage. A great start blasted Kilty to the front position, and that never changed as Kilty added indoor Euro gold to his collection. Kilty stopped the clock in 6.51, leaving Germany in the silver and bronze position. The men's 4x4 was an exciting affair as everyone in the crowd held out the hope that Czech main man Pavel Mazlek could do the impossible and anchor a victorious Czech relay team. But it was not to be as Belgium and the three Borley brothers were able to fend off a good challenge from the always rousing Polish 400-meter squad. Belgium closed the deal with a championship record of 3:02.87. The women's 4x4 was a close race right to the wire. All 6 teams were in contention on the final lap as Marie Guyot of France was able to hold off the efforts of Great Britain, Poland, Russia, Ukraine, and the Czech Republic in the final meters. France took the 4x400 meter crown with a winning time of 3:31.61. Great Britain was second in 3:31.79. Now let's take a look at the roads. The 41st Rome-Ostia half marathon lived up to its IAAF gold label road race status as the top 3 finishers dipped under the 1-hour barrier. After an up-tempo 5K in 14:03, which turned into a 28:05 10K, the race was still undecided before Kenyan Robert Chamosin made his break to secure the win in a world-leading 59:37.
posto per l'ugandese Kusura. Diamo un'occhiata anche al cronometro 50.
And that's it for this edition of Track and Field Report.